Celebrities are also real people, and sometimes really embarrassing things can happen to them on stage.
Eras Tour? More like Errors Tour, because throughout Taylor's world-changing tour, tons of things have gone wrong.
Welcome to the Eras Tour!
From wardrobe malfunctions to faulty trap doors, here are some of our favorite mishaps from the Eras Tour thus far. Platform malfunction era. Imagine this, Taylor Swift's grand exit botched by a broken platform during, well, let's just say instead of descending on the platform to lower underneath the stage, she stands there waiting for it to lower, but it just doesn't budge. So she ends up sprinting past her confused dancers backstage like a startled rabbit.
But when it took too long, she sprinted to the back of the stage to make her wardrobe change.
And the whole fiasco was caught on video by fans at Paycor Stadium, to which Taylor hopped on social media herself and commented on one of the clips with a cheeky remark that has now gone into Swiftie history. Still Swift AF, boy. Yes, she is Taylor and she is hip, boy.
What you just made me do, look what you just made me do.
The hair era. During Taylor's performance in Cincinnati, her locks of hair got tangled and latched onto her backup singer Camila Marshall's eyelashes. To which Taylor was quick to catch on to the mistake and apologized to the crowd saying, "Sorry, I'm sorry." Taylor also had hair issues while performing in Denver, to which she decided to talk to her own head of hair in the middle of the concert, saying,
"Excuse me, this is unacceptable. There are 73,000 people here."
That's my Taylor Swift impression. Yeah, 73,000. That's a lot of people in one space who care about Taylor's hair. The choking era. During the Evermore era of her set, Taylor Swift had a bit of a bug mishap at Chicago's Soldier Field. As Taylor prepared to address the crowd, she suddenly started coughing furiously, admitting to the audience,
Lucky to have her.
It's totally fine, it's just stupid.
and despite the laughter from her fans, she tried to play it off cool, saying,
Is there any chance that none of you saw that? It's fine, I've swallowed it.
a lucky bug, am I right? But wait, there's more, because in another instance during her Lover era, Taylor faced yet another coughing catastrophe. This time she found herself unable to speak mid-performance, to which she explained to the crowd, "You know when you're not sick and a bug didn't fly into your throat, you just go to talk and it doesn't work." Then with a reassuring smile, she declared, it's over now, it's fine. And practice makes perfect, Taylor, so keep on strutting along there. The static electricity era. Mad scientist, no! Doc from Back to the Future, no! It's Taylor! Taylor's hair went flying around like when you would touch one of those static electricity balls at, that museum type of vibe, when she was performing in Mexico, and fans were having a blast, and they loved it. The nosedive era. Taylor decided to incorporate some nice illusions into her set when she dives into the stage. Now, reminder, it is just an illusion. She isn't actually jumping onto the stage or through the stage because there's a trap door that opens from the bottom with a large inflatable bouncy castle landing thingy for her to land safely. Although in one particular occasion in Tampa, Taylor was getting ready to jump through the stage and was extremely confused when the trap door didn't open. So she stood there waiting, eventually yelling and cursing at the ground. "How dare you not open?" she yells at the ground. Eventually, it did though. And she did her thing, jumping through the stage like the mystical, defying physics creature she is. The broken garter era. Another mishap struck during the Midnights era in Tampa when Taylor Swift noticed her garter had snapped while she was performing her hit single, Anti-Hero. However, the pro though, she didn't miss a beat as she casually strolled over to her backup singers and pointed out the wardrobe malfunction, asking for assistance. And as the girls helped her out fixing her broken garter, Taylor carried on with the song, singing the lyrics that fit the situation oh so well. "I should not be left to my own devices. I end up in crisis." Oh, Taylor. So classic of you, turning your wardrobe malfunction into a lyrical moment of comedy. That's gotta be why she's a billionaire, right? Taylor Swift needs to stop her Eras Tour immediately after she was caught fighting for her life on stage. According to Swifties, who are now extremely worried about Taylor's terrible health. Taylor needs a ventilator. Is there anyone on site who can help her? There's 50,000 people in the crowd, and there are 16,009 doctors in Singapore. That's about 0.02% of the Singaporean population, and considering that the population is 5.4 million people, that means that 1 in every 338 people in Singapore are indeed a doctor, meaning that in a crowd of 50,000 people, there should be over 100 doctors there, so someone go on stage and help that woman.
It looked like Taylor Swift wasn't feeling her best at the Eras Tour Singapore Night 2 performance, as she was observed coughing and struggling to catch her breath several times.
Well, Taylor was running around on stage in Singapore for her Eras Tour. Now, Swifties are popping off because they're concerned that Taylor might be reaching her breaking point as her health is dwindling from the constant performing. Fans are saying that it's time for Taylor to take some time off. Perhaps a couple of weeks, maybe even postpone the Eras Tour, and it seems like it might not be worth it for the longevity of her career and the continued releases of her music.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Also, Swifties are now getting concerned that because she's super sick, this might actually put a strain on her relationship with Travis Kelce, as he will be the one who needs to take care of her in between shows, and it might ultimately be too much for Travis to handle. Fans have already been on edge ever since news came out that Taylor's being paid $3 million per show in Singapore in order to prevent her from performing anywhere else in Southeast Asia, which left the politicians in the Philippines and Thailand utterly furious. Srettha Thavisin, the Prime Minister of Thailand, told the iBusiness Forum that Taylor was offered $18 million exclusively for 6 shows that will only be performed in Singapore and Singapore solely. Taylor has yet to respond to any of these claims, as her Filipino and Taiwanese fans have been just furious at the lack of shows in their respective countries and have even considered boycotting the Eras Tour altogether to show Taylor that she needs to perform in every country in Southeast Asia. Now, this just goes to show what we already knew, which is indeed how important the economical impact of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is for the prosperity of a nation, and the fact that politicians are actively getting involved and upset, potentially even considering embargoes with other neighboring countries, all because Taylor refused to perform for their nation, is absurdly relevant and makes so much sense. So, does Taylor need to take some time off? Could this be the best move for her career indeed? Here's what the internet has to say in my favorite segment here on FTD News, Pepe's Perspectives, where I, Pepe, unwrap some of my favorite internet comments that I find, yes, on the internet. This comment reads, "Fighting for her life? Can Swifties be any more dramatic?" Well, honestly, yes they can. Did you hear the ventilator scenario that I proposed just at the start of this video? Perhaps it's time for Taylor to quit music altogether if she's gonna continue coughing. This user said, "Seriously, I don't know how she has had the physical stamina for this tour so far. Add to that the boyfriend stress and additional travel. I want to know what she's taking, smiley face." Oh honey. My guess is a bottle of cough syrup every morning, followed by 3 shots of apple cider vinegar for the betterment of her immune system. Yolanda said, "Come on, Superwoman, fighting for her life, but still getting all the press she can in the limelight." The Eras Tour has started up again, and with such a crazy popular tour, you'd think everything would always be running smooth, right? Well, wrong! During the Lover segment of her show in Chicago, Taylor Swift encountered a technical hiccup when her pastel-colored microphone decided to call it quits mid-performance. As she attempted to yell into it, the crowd was met with nothing but silence. Taylor tried everything to get that thing working again, including shaking it and smacking the microphone, but she was unable to shake it off. Get it? Thankfully, a hero from her backstage crew emerged to save the day, bringing Taylor a simple black backup microphone. With a quick switcheroo, she continued the concert without missing a beat, proving that even in the face of technical difficulties, the show must go on. Did you try turning it off and on again though, Taylor?
Is it gonna work?
The haunted piano era. In what could be the craziest moment of the tour, a ghost started playing and taking over the piano. In this insane moment, Taylor gets extremely shocked and caught off guard, and the crowd reacts accordingly, as it's pretty clear that Taylor wasn't touching the piano when it started playing these haunted keys. Taylor explained that the reason that this could be happening is due to immense amounts of rain from the prior night in Massachusetts. Taylor got on the mic saying, Did you hear that? Did you hear the piano? Before pointing out that she wasn't even playing the notes herself. Eventually, she decided to switch up the plan, saying, okay, I'm just gonna do this song on guitar because that is insane.
Oh my god. Do you hear that? Is that happening for you too?
The surprise song malfunction era. Swapping outfits for a every type of era vibe during a marathon 3.5-hour concert is no walk in the park. And let's face it, wardrobe malfunctions are just bound to happen for these kinds of things. So for Taylor's surprise song dress, it's given her grief on more than one occasion, especially when it comes to figuring out which way the sleeves are supposed to go. In Nashville, Tennessee, Taylor addressed this exact mishap to the crowd, where she said, just pretend you don't see that. We are changing clothes in the dark, you know? You're not gonna get it right every time. I mean, I change in the dark and look how good I dress. The Forgotten Lyrics era. During the Eras tour, part of the concert includes these 2 acoustic surprise songs, adding an extra thrill for fans. And to ensure fairness, Taylor made a rule where she could only play a surprise song once on the tour, unless that is if she messes up the lyrics, in which she could try it again on a different night. In Kansas City, during a rendition of Last Kiss, Taylor messed up the lyrics not once, but twice, leaving both herself and her fellow Swifties in disbelief. After the initial mistake, she addressed the crowd with a mix of humor and humility, as she typically does, asking for a chance to redeem herself. Yet lightning struck twice when she stumbled over the lyrics yet again, to which she went,
Paper cut stings, no paper thin.
oh my god, I swear that I will not mess this up again. Oh my god, this one, I love this one. Why am I doing this to this song? Fast forward to her Tokyo show in February 2024, when she resumed the tour after a brief pause, where Taylor performed Dear Reader from her Midnights album. However, during the live performance, she slipped up on the lyrics, singing these restless tears of a cursed man instead of the intended these desperate prayers of a cursed man. That's a big, big, big mistake.
Recurring theme in my music is that I love to explain to men how to apologize.
Fans do believe, though, that could have been a bit of a what we call foreshadow into her new album. And the best one so far is the invisible chair era. You know those invisible chairs, those ones that you think are there, but they're not there. In the same Tokyo shows, Taylor just narrowly avoided falling flat on her butt after realizing that her prop chair was placed farther behind her than she expected. Taylor doesn't skip leg day, though, because those squats have been paying off. Taylor, I would have completely wiped out. Fans were laughing all over social media, saying, I just know all 34 years of her life flashed before her eyes in about 0.13 seconds. Her heart probably dropped too, but she saved the day.